Hello everyone, this is Sunil Vaishnava. Welcome to the Listen to Sunil Vaishnava podcast. For those who don't know me, I'm an author. I've penned two books. Both are available on Amazon, Flipkart, and Kindle. And this is my first episode. I'm really happy to be here. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. I'm nervous and excited at the same time. I'm here to talk about my books, my life, and things that motivate me to do right. If you found this episode interesting, please share this with your friends. In today's episode, let's talk about marital rape. You might be wondering why I decided to talk about marital rape in my first episode. In my latest book, there is a character who is a victim of marital rape. After going through a very disturbing life, she demands to criminalize marital rape. A couple of my friends read this book. They are not ready to believe the whole concept of marital rape. They argued with me. Most of them oppose criminalizing marital rape. After talking to my friends, I realized that marital rape is most confusing topic for Indians. It is probably because we never heard the word marital rape when we are growing up. We believe that sex within the marriage is not rape even though it is forced. This is the kind of environment we were exposed to. What does our constitution say about rape? According to IPC section 375, rape defines as sexual intercourse with a woman against her will, without her consent, by misrepresentation or by fraud, or at the time when she has been intoxicated, and in any case if she is under 18 years of age. There is an exception in this section. That exception is the sexual intercourse by a man with his own wife, and the wife not being under 15 years of age is not rape. A lot of petition has been filed in court to remove that exception. They wanted to consider marital rape a crime. At the same time, a lot of people are opposing it. They are protesting against those petitions. They don't want to consider marital rape a crime, and they don't want to remove that exception from that section. So why they are protesting and what are their arguments? Let's discuss in this episode. The first argument is that marriage is a sacred institution. People believe that as per Indian culture, marriage is a sacred institution. If we criminalize marital rape, it would break the sanctity of marriage. We are living in 21st century. Even today, divorce is a taboo subject. If someone is going through a divorce, they don't tell what they're going through. They try to keep their personal life secret. They believe that being a divorcee is disrespectful. Why does this thought come to people's minds? Because they believe in the sacred institution. They believe that marriage is an unbreakable bond. Once two people are married, they are destined to live with each other for the rest of their lives. Even if someone is in a toxic relationship, people expect them to stay in the marriage. I feel this thought is stupid. I don't tell people to get divorced on every fight or misunderstanding. But if you are in a toxic relationship and your partner is not treating you well, you shouldn't be in that relationship. When your husband is sexually abusing you and you decided to stay in that marriage thinking that marriage is a sacred institution, it's a betrayal you're doing for yourself, because you shouldn't be staying with a rapist for the rest of your life. The second argument is that marriage is consent for life. We have been living in a patriarchal society for decades. In this patriarchal world, a wife has to satisfy her husband's every desire. She has to be a good homemaker at home. She has to be a good partner in bed. This is the concept of an ideal wife fed into our minds. People consider that when a woman enters into a marital relationship with a man, implies consent for sex. I strongly oppose this. She has every right to say no. She might have given consent on her wedding night, but it doesn't mean that it applies for her lifetime. She can withdraw her consent anytime she wants. I'm not telling that you should take permission every time you have intercourse with her, and you don't have to take written consent as well. But you should know that your wife is comfortable when you are having intercourse with her. And I would like to add one more thing here. When your wife said no and you are trying to impress her or seduce her is not rape. When she said no and you force her into the sex is rape. The third argument is the burden of proving rape. When a stranger or a person other than a husband sexually abuses a woman, it's easy to prove the rape. But when a woman is sexually violated by her own husband, it's difficult to prove the rape. She has been in a sexual relationship with him. When that act happened, it happened between two people in the closed room. It would become her words against his words. How do we know that whether it was consensual sex or rape? Just imagine you had a consensual sex with your wife. What if she claims that she was sexually violated the following day? This is the part most men are scared of. There is a misconception that if any girl complains against you of rape, the court will send you to jail. It won't happen like that. There will be a police investigation. There will be court procedures. you have to prove that you are involved in that sexual activity with her consent, and she also has to prove that there wasn't any consent. If she is able to prove that there wasn't any consent, then the court will sentence you to jail. If she fails, then you will not be punished. The fourth argument is misuse of rape laws. When I was discussing with my friends, a couple of my friends argued with me with the marriage is consent for life argument. But the majority of people told me that if the court criminalizes marital rape, women would misuse it. They are not wrong though. In day-to-day life, we have seen that women started making false and vague allegations against their husband and their family members. Most women do that to take revenge on their husbands or to take financial advantage from their husbands. If the court criminalizes marital rape, women would get another way to abuse and harass men. How do we solve this problem? I think instead of opposing to criminalize marital rape, we should make amendments to the existing laws. Most of the laws like rape laws or anti-dowry laws and domestic violence laws are women-centric. One written complaint is enough to put a man behind the bar. So we should make these laws gender neutral. We should bring strict laws so that a woman shouldn't misuse the laws which were formed to protect them. So I don't like to generalize that women are oppressed and men are evil, or men are innocent and women are harassing them. We cannot collectively tell who is a victim or who is an abuser based on gender. So we need such laws where if a woman is sexually violated, she should have a right to put her abuser in jail. And if a man is accused of false allegations, he should have a space to prove his innocence without being harassed or abused. So now we are left with one last question. Should we not criminalize marital rape? In my opinion, we should criminalize marital rape. If rape is a crime, rapist should be punished. No matter rapist is a husband to the victim or a stranger to the victim. Just imagine a girl was sexually violated. She has evidence to prove that she was raped. Unfortunately, we don't have any law to punish the rapist just because the rapist was her husband. That situation is atrocious. And think that a same person sexually abuses some other girl the next day, it would be considered rape. He would be sentenced to jail. When he did the same thing with his wife, why it wasn't considered rape? Why he is walking free? Divorce is unacceptable in our society, and probably her family forces her to live with her abuser for the rest of her life. I hope I answered why it is important to criminalize marital rape. That's it all for today. If you found this episode interesting and informative, please share this with your friend. Before I end this podcast, I would like to remind you that my latest book, The Forgotten Day, is available on Amazon, Flipkart and Kindle. Please check it out. Thank you so much. Have a great day.